Good evening. Welcome to the Metal Foundry, episode 9. We've almost got as many episodes now as there are Fast and Furious movies.
This time it ain't just about being fast.
And obviously at this point, the content is going to get a lot harder. So, as always, make sure that you're aware that you can take more than a week to finish each episode. We've got 2 new things to talk about today. 1 is a slide, and 2 is a new note value. I'm kind of guessing that you already know what a slide is, but just in case. A slide is a way of transitioning from one note to another note. And it's notated with a line that looks like this. Now I'll talk about this in a little more detail when I go through the example that contains it. Although there are no new note values in today's tutorial, there is this. This is a single 8th note. And you've simply just got to remember that this is slightly shorter than a quarter note, a note that lasts for 1 beat. I'm not really going to say any more than that on this topic today. As always, we're going to work through 3 different examples and then we're going to practice them together. As we practice them, with each repetition, we get 10% faster. You'll need to learn these examples first before you start practicing along with me. I will link to a PDF which includes the sheet music in the description of this video so that you can practice from that if you don't want to look at the sheet music on screen. The first example today starts really simply with 4 open low E strings, palm muted, and these are coffees. Then we've got one of these power chord slides that I was talking about earlier. You're going to start with a D power chord, so that's fret 5 on the A, 7 on the D string, with fingers 1 and 3 or 1 and 4, it's up to you which. You're going to play both strings and then slide up 2 frets to fret 7 and 9, an E power chord. So if I put that together, it's going to go. Then we're going to play open low E another 6 times. So I'll put it together from the beginning. Then you're going to do that slide again, but this time slide up from frets 5 and 7 to frets 8 and 10. So from D to F. Then we're going to play that open low E another 6 times. Then we're going to do the slide from frets 5 and 7 up to 7 and 9 again. Then we're going to do 4 open low E's, and then we're going to slide from frets 10 and 12, still on the A and the D string, and that's a G power chord, down to F on frets 8 and 10, like before. So we'll put that together. Then we've got 2 open low E's, and then we're going to repeat the slide, the power chord slide that we started on. So we'll put it all together from the beginning. That's going to take you a little bit of practice to get it to all line up properly. But as always, you've got to make sure that you give yourself time to get it right. There's no rush. And that's the whole riff. And we're going to practice it after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's move on to the next one. The second example today starts with a combination of note values that we studied in the previous episode. We've got 2 16th notes and an 8th note. We called this lemonade to help us remember what it's supposed to sound like. We're going to do this on our open low E, and we're going to fill up a full bar. So we're going to do 4 of them, and we're also going to palm mute as we go. Lemonade, 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 lemonade. Then in the second bar, we're going to play another open, then fret 1 on the low E with your first finger, 3 on the low E with your third, 4 with your little finger, and then you're probably going to prefer to use your first finger to play fret 2 on the A, and then go back to 4 low E, back to 3 low E, and then back to 1 low E where you started. These are all 8th notes. Then you're going to repeat the first bar again. And then the final bar is actually in a lot of ways the trickiest one in this example. We're going to have an F power chord, so that's frets 1 and 3, 1 on the low E, 3 on the A, up to you which 2 fingers you use. Then 3 open low E's palm muted. Then a G power chord on frets 3 and 5, and then slide down to F. Then 1 open low E palm muted, and then back to F again. So that's going to sound like this. And those are all 8th notes. Don't forget to learn this properly before you try practicing along with me. I know I say this all the time, but please don't forget to subscribe to the 60 Seconds of Shred YouTube channel. And if you've enjoyed this video and you're feeling pretty generous, then please do leave me a comment or like the video, because that will help with the YouTube algorithm. Right, back to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. This final example is the longest one of the lot, but it is fairly straightforward compared to the other 2. We're going to start by sliding up to fret 5 on the A using your second finger. Now, it's up to you where you start this slide. If you just look at the tab, you'll see that there's no note that the slide needs to start on, whereas the power chord slides that we did earlier on today, it was clearly defined there. You needed to start on 1 fret and then finish on another fret. But here, you can just start your slide wherever you want. And I'm starting around fret number 2. So I'm going to use my second finger, I'm going to slide up to fret 5 on the A string, then I'm going to play fret 4 on the A string with my first finger, so we're going to go, then I'm going to do the same thing on the low E string. I'm actually going to swap fingers here, I'm going to swap to my third finger, slide up to fret 7 from nowhere, then I'm going to play fret 6 on the low E. So if you put it together, it sounds like this. So if you put it together, it sounds like this. Then we're going to go down to fret 1. This is just a totally normal note, nothing special about it, just fret 1 on the low E. Then you're going to do an E power chord. So it's going to go. That E power chord's going to last for 4 beats. Then you're simply going to repeat the first bar again. And then you're going to play You might remember this shape from a previous episode. We're going to have fret number 4 on the low E with your third finger and fret number 2 on the A with your first. And that's going to last for 4 beats. We're then simply just going to repeat all of the bars that we've just learned, giving us this. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. In our final bar, we're going to take this minor third interval on frets 4 and 2 on the low E and the A string, move it back 1 fret, and with 8th notes palm muted, play it 7 times using coffees. And then after you've played the 7th one, there's going to be a short gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Also notice how the final one wasn't palm muted. So there's a nice snap on that 7th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, let's do some practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's time to put it all together with our backing track. This is really straightforward. You're going to play the first example that we learned today twice, then the second example twice, the third example once, and then you're going to finish by playing the first example a couple of times. Don't forget, you can slow this video down if you need to using the YouTube player settings. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. See you in the next one.